Last week, Vladimir made the announcement that he was mustering 500,000 more troops, reserves, and whomever to come finish his war off in Ukraine. Last night, the main supply bridge and supply train line to Ukraine blew up. Are these two things possibly connected? And what is the effect of those two things on my portfolio? And what should I do about it? How should I react to it? Is it just a passing event and we'll just ignore it? Or is this comparable to 9/11? Or is this the start of a major crash? Let's talk about it.
Best of Us Investors presents Carrie Griegmeyer.
Between now and October the 31st, I'll be giving away $1,000 for you to buy stock. Moomoo is adding to my contribution with 15 stocks worth up to $2,000 each. Find the links in the description. The stock market always reacts to events. And with that in mind, on Friday, I closed out some positions to get more cash on the sidelines, and that puts me now at about 50 to 60% cash. And I'm glad I did, because the bridge connecting Ukraine to Crimea was bombed, and that is a major supply line for Russia to Ukraine. How is the stock market going to react to that? I don't know, but I believe this is how you have to invest. You have to measure what's happening in the world around you and be in a position to take advantage of it. Is this as important as the bombing of the Twin Towers? I don't know. It may be to Russia, and we need to figure out how is that going to affect our portfolios. So it's Sunday morning, and I've heard about the bombing of the bridge, and I get a text from Gabe. Gabe is a member of our tribe, one of our regular contributors, and has his own YouTube channel, and he sends me a link to a video he has done, and it's basically him telling me that Monday morning the market is going to wake up and crash. And it's going to crash severely, and he's not really revealing why this is going to happen. He's basically saying that he has some people that he trusts very strongly, and they're alluding to this. Let me just show you a piece of Gabe's video.
Greetings, investors of Earth. I'm Gabe. This is my channel, GS Strategies. Today's video might be a complete flop, or it might be probably one of the most amazing videos that you ever heard prior to the fact. I'll get into that in a minute. So in today's video, I am going to show and predict what is going to happen starting Monday, Columbus Day, which, by the way, is not a market holiday. The market will be open. I am going to show historical occurrences that happened in the last big crash we had, which was in 2008, and why I believe we are going to have a bigger crash here in 2022 than in 2008, and how to prepare for it. What I did is I got the data, and then I did some fact checking and some charting, and I've come to my own conclusion. I'm going to share that conclusion with you, and we'll see what happens. It's as I'm recording this, it's late night, it's 10:47 p.m. on Saturday night. So right here, what you will see on the screen is the 2008 chart of the SPX. The top in 2008 was, in 2007 was $1,576. And the bottom was in March of 2009, and it was at $666.79. That, from peak to trough in the 2008 market crash, took 515 days, and it dropped 57%. And it started in September of 2008. Where are we now, and why are we looking at a 2008 chart? Because what I think is going to happen on Monday Again, Monday is going to be a red day. Tuesday is going to be a green day. And then the next 8 days, the market will crash, and it'll be probably a bigger crash than what happened in 2008. So let me show you what happened in 2008. So in 2007, after we hit the top, we went down. A very similar chart than what we have here in 2022. And then on October 1st, 2008, the S&P went down 27.85%. This red bar is what I think is going to happen on Monday. This green bar is what I think is going to happen on Tuesday. And then the next 8 days, but to a bigger number, is going to happen on Wednesday and so forth. In 2008, the S&P 500 on the 8 days that I'm talking about went down 27.85% in 8 days.
That's Gabe's video, at least the first part of it. And as you can see, he is basically saying that the market is going to have a tremendous fall this next week. He's not really saying what is going to create it and what the trigger is, but he's going through to give you some detail as to how severe he thinks it's going to be. Here is a picture of his channel, so you can go and see the rest of the video and draw your own conclusions. Now, my question was, what is he alluding to that historically would cause this kind of detraction or drop in the market? And I only can think of 9/11. So I went back and pulled a chart on 9/11, and here is what I saw. Again, a similar drop. You'll see the little dash there is 9/11. They closed the market, and then these are the following days, and you can see that it dropped about 13% in that 1 week. I'm of the opinion that this could happen again next week. And not so much that this is a prediction of what, on my part, of what's going to happen, but what I want to emphasize to you is pay attention to what happens in the world. You do some assessment that, hey, the bridge was blown up. We haven't had anybody come forward and say they did it. We all have our suspicions, but what is that going to result in? That's the action and then the reaction, the action and then the reaction. And so as investors, we need to be astute to see what's happening and then make an interpretation. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Don't be passive. Don't just sit back and say, well, I'll take whatever they give me. Be reactive and understand that world events move the markets. Does this have anything to do with inflation? Does it have anything to do with interest rates? Or more importantly, does it have anything to do with profits and losses of the businesses that we invest in? No, it doesn't. But if it's going to move the market, then it's to our advantage to understand and then make a decision as to what we're going to do relative to it. As I shared with my tribe in our Friday stock talk that I had, and I in fact notified them when I did the trades on Friday to gather more cash to put on the sideline. And my statement was, I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. Now, would I have known that a bridge, the main supply line, to muster the 500,000 troops that Vladimir wants to bring into Ukraine was going to be blown up? No, I had no idea. I'm not that close to Vladimir. But that's the way I think. That's the way I connect the dots. And that's what I encourage you to do. I know a lot of you don't watch the evening news. Watch the evening news and then ask yourself the question, how is this going to affect the stock market? And more importantly, how is it going to affect my portfolio? And even more importantly, how can I react to it so that I can profit from it? That's the game we're playing. This is the philosophy that I have. This is the philosophy that I teach to my tribe. We have a Discord, what I prefer to call a community. and I invite you to join our community. You will see in the description a little line with a link to our Discord. Okay, I hope we make it through the week. I'll be talking to you every day, and let's see what happens. And give Gabe a shout out that you were told to come see him from Carrie. Talk to you again tomorrow.